send a D on that shit. That ain't gonna get it. All right, all right. Let's good. What's good, homies? What's good? Okay, there we go. My bad. Didn't have my mic on, man. Didn't have my mic on. My bad. Be like that sometime. Players mess up too. Players mess up too, man. We're in the game now, though. I thought I had turned my mic on, but I turned it off, man. We're in the game now, though. We're good. We're good. We're good. So if you can hear me, man, all right, bet. We should be in the game now. So, salute, SJ3, my brother. Fierce, I see you. King, what's good? Tim, what's up, man? Elijah, what's up? NBA 2K, what up? Phrase, I see you, man. Fear the None, what's good? Ball Out Savage, what's going on, bro? Mr. Slab, I see you, man. Gene Rouse, what's good? Bill, what's up, Madlock? I see you, homie. Jay, what's good? So let's get ready to do this thing, man. I don't know if I had this thing on members only chat or not. Let me check it out. Let me check it out right quick. I appreciate y'all getting the Ray Ray channel, man, to 11,000 subs. It's a major accomplishment, man, for a channel that I haven't absolutely been the most dedicated to. So I appreciate that, man. Just goes to show, man, how much y'all appreciate the quality of the content. And I appreciate that for sure, man. Definitely appreciate that. That 11,000 here means as much as the 100K on the BOA channel, man. That's a phenomenal accomplishment for this channel. Phenomenal accomplishment for this channel. All right, so let's get ready to do this thing, man. Today we're going to talk about, man, if you're good enough for God, then you're too good for negative energy. If you're good enough for God, then you're too good for negative energy. Now, what made me create this particular piece of content? Honestly, I talk to a lot of guys and women who feel like people are guilt tripping them into not going on their mission in their lives because these people want to stay a part of what they're doing. And so they find themselves being guilt tripped into keeping negative people in their lives, guilt tripped into keeping people who don't mean them any good in their lives, people who are just along for the payoff but aren't contributing anything to the maintenance of the vehicle as the journey is in 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 action, for lack of a better way to put it. And so I said, let me come in here and we're going to talk about, if you're good enough for God, then you're too good for negative energy, for negative people, for negative naysayers, for detractors. If you notice, you don't hear me involved in anything with anyone, no back and forth, no anything. Because if you bring negative energy to me, I'm above you. Instantly, I'm above you. Automatically, I'm above you. Let me fix this camera, man. All right, I just want to bring it in a little bit tighter, man. Just want to bring it in. See, here's the thing with the wide angle lenses. Here's one thing about the wide angle lenses. The wide angle lenses either make your face look longer or they make your face look wider. So if you're gonna be doing content and you're thinking about doing content, don't go with the absolute widest lens you can. Right now I'm on the 8 to 18 widest lens that I've got. I don't have a lens wider than this, and it kind of it changed some things up. As a matter of fact, y'all give me a second before we get started, man. I'm gonna change this lens altogether. I don't like it at all. Give me a minute. I don't like this lens at all, man. Not even a little bit. I don't like it. Do not like this lens, man. Let's do the old switcheroo. We're gonna put the 12 millimeter f1.4 on this joint. That's about as wide as I want to go. I don't want to go much wider than that. Anything wider than that is kind of unnecessary. All right, there we go. I think I can rock with that. All right, let's get back to this thing, man. Let's get back to it. Without any more delay, man. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. So, all right, now. So here's what we're gonna do. When you, when you understand that your life's mission is your mission. It's not for anyone else to embark upon with you. It's not for anyone else to even enjoy with you. It's not for anyone else to endure with you. It's not for anyone else to even help you on it. It's not for anyone else to keep you from it. It is your job as a man or as a woman to be on the mission that you need to be on. It's your job as a man to be on the mission you need to be on. You can't let anyone stand in your way, and you can't let people who don't belong on the mission with you stay on it. You can't let people who belong on the mission with you stay off of it. None of us can do this on our own, but we can surely do it without the negative energy of the negative naysayers and detractors. So, don't be guilt tripped into keeping those negative naysayers in your presence. And here's some of the guilt tripping tactics they'll use. Man, you let money change you. Let's cover something right quick. Money should change you. It should change the way you view the people around you. It should change the way you view your environment. It should cause you to improve all of those things. What money is a tool to improve the way you move. I say again, money is a tool to improve the way you move. What does that entail? The people around you. See, there are certain people who were meant to ride with you from level 1 to level 2, but that's where they get off. They're not going to level 3. And you got to have the wherewithal. You got to have the discernment. You got to have the peace of mind. You got to have the intestinal fortitude to understand that keeping those people on the journey means that the journey stops there. See, here's what you got to understand. If somebody was meant to get off with you on level 2 and you kept them on, no matter how much more you grind, as long as that person is with you, you're still on level 2. You're still stuck on level 2 because they're not going to go to level 3 and beyond. You have to remember that. That's why it's so important to know when people need to get off of your journey. You have to know that. It could be a relationship you in. It could be a family member. It could be a friend. It can be a co-worker. It can be a business partner. It can be anyone. When they're meant to get off of the journey, you have to let them off. Matter of fact, you have to put them off. That's really what you have to do. You have to put them off. You have to make sure that they know this is not where they need to be with you. This is not their job. This is not their journey. This is not their mission. And here's the thing. When you understand people's energy, then you know the people whose energy is negative. The moment someone's energy towards you become negative, you have to eliminate them. And here's the thing. If you don't eliminate their comrades with them, then what's the purpose in eliminating a person with the negative energy? Because here's the thing. If your energy is negative and those are your comrades, their energy is negative. Just by association, their energy toward me is negative. Your comrades are going to go along with what you say. That's just what they're going to do. Like the brother SJ say, low vibrational beings are those from which you should be fleeing. It's not about fear. It's about managing your time. You don't have time to sit and negotiate with negative energy bringers. There is no negotiation. What are you going to try to tell them to do? Hey, man, you should stop bringing so much negative energy. People who bring negative energy know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. Anyone who's a hater, they know they're a hater. Anyone who's trying to impede your progress, they know they're trying to impede your progress. People don't do this by mistake. This is an intentional action. If we're good enough for God, then we're too good for those people. And we don't have to be perfect. If God wanted us to be perfect, we'd all be cursed. I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you right now. I'd be fighting for my soul right now, man. As I state all the time, this is not about being perfect. It's about exhibiting perfect effort on your quest to become who you're supposed to be in this life, on your mission for God. That's all this is about. It's not about anything else. Nothing else matters. And see, the thing about being good enough for God, as you rebuild your life from whatever turmoil you've had to overcome, God is proud of you. God is proud of the effort you put forth to overcome the obstacles in your life. God is proud of the effort you put forth to resist the temptation in your life. Just not long ago, I had a dude, wife man, hawking me like a kingfisher. I'm talking about hawking me, boy. I literally felt like I was the prey, man. She was chasing and hunting. You know what I did? I made sure that that I wasn't gonna go to where she saw me. I wasn't gonna. She couldn't get in contact with me. None of that. Even if it means losing money in business, I'm gonna do the thing that I need to do to protect my energy, to protect my spirit, to protect my sanctity. That's what I'm gonna do. That's absolutely what I'm gonna do, and that's what you have to do as well. See, we have to accept the fact that negativity is evil. Negative energy is evil. The bringers of that negative energy are evil. You have the right, you have the job, the duty, the responsibility of eliminating negativity and evil from your life. It's your job to eliminate evil from your life. You ain't got no choice but to eliminate evil from your life. No one else is going to eliminate it for you. It's your job to protect your life. It's your job to protect your environment. It's your job to protect those who you're responsible for protecting from the effects of negative evil. That's your job. That is absolutely your job. These relationships that we hold on to so dearly are only valuable if they serve the purpose of getting you to where you need to be. Anything other than that is dead weight. This is how fickle the relationship is with humans. If they don't benefit the process of your progress, then they are worthless. It doesn't have to be contributing to your business. It can be contributing to your sanity, contributing to your peace of mind, contributing to your ability to feed yourself the proper nutrition, contributing to your ability to get the proper amount of rest, contributing to your ability to honor and upkeep the Sabbath day. Anything that it takes in totality is what you need to expect and demand from the people around you. You have to have demands for the people you allow to be in your life. Because if not, then people are going to do what they want to do to forward their own agenda, even if that means doing it at your expense. This is what we have to keep in mind. This is why, for the most part, people look at us and say we're standoffish. They say that we're reclusive. They say that we are non-sociable. But here's the thing. I don't have to be a socialite to get it right. You understand what I'm saying? I don't have to hang and party to get to know somebody that's supposed to benefit my life. You understand what I'm saying? I don't have to run the streets to meet and greet those who are going to be on my team doing the necessary things to make me pursue my dreams. You understand what I'm saying? They are not going to be in those places because they are where they need to be for me to contact them. Those who are meant to be in your life are not in places that you don't go. Those who are meant to be in your life don't frequent the areas that you don't frequent. Those who are meant to be in your life don't participate in the activities that you don't participate in. So we don't have to go above and beyond and be reaching upon boundaries that we don't even want to go beyond just to meet the people who are supposed to be in our lives. Here's the thing that I want to ask you guys right now. I want to ask you a serious question. If you're on your path, the one you're supposed to be on, why are the negative naysayers in your life? Because here's the catch 22. Here's the caveat. Here's the real deal. They are not on your path. The negative naysayers are not on your path. Negative naysayers always start out as supporters. Haters start out as supporters. Whether their support is authentic or not, they start off with the energy of a supporter. Then they become a hater. Someone who doesn't know you isn't a hater. They're just a negative naysayer. But a hater is someone that knows you and was a supporter. You got to a certain point where they could no longer feign support and they had to let the true essence of who they are come out. That's all a hater is. So I ask you, when you think about guys who are out here and their homies turn on them, those guys should have been away from around you, man. Those guys shouldn't have been anywhere near you. And that's a wonderful segue, man. I got a new channel, man, that I'm about to do, man, where I'm going to be diving into the depths of a lot of the things that happen in hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like way back deep. You know, all the way back to, Eazy's death, Biggie's death, Pac's death. I'm gonna take a deep dive into some of that stuff, man. And I also got a channel that I'm gonna, dive into and talk about the state of the communities that are inhabited by the less fortunate among us. You know what I'm saying? So I got a couple of channels coming up, man. I'm gonna jump into, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Being in the joint, man, and just supporting everything I put my hands on, man. I appreciate it. My brother O'Shea Duke Jackson, what's going on, my brother? Good to see you in the building, man. I appreciate your support, bro. The homie repping from Poland. I appreciate it, bro. $100 in Poland money, man. Probably about 75 cents, but I appreciate it, though, bro. Appreciate it. The homie old man, that's a good brother right there, man. Want to see everybody who deserves to win. And that's a brother right there. Perfect example. I'm glad you came through, O. Perfect example of a brother who you can tell doesn't have any ill intent towards you, no matter how well you do. No matter how well you do. He supports guys whose channels are much bigger than his, guys whose channels are way smaller than his, newcomers. If you are where you need to be on your path and you see brother O on your path, then you know you're on a good path. Because she's not going to do anything to step in your way and impede your progress. Nothing. If anything, he's going to help you. If he can't help you, he's just going to tell you, okay, man, I wish you the best. And then he's going to keep it moving. Those are the type of people that you want to have around you. And O'Shea is one of the few guys on this platform that I actually communicate with off the platform. Because I am very meticulous about making sure that those around me have that energy that means they're going to succeed. Here's the thing about people with negative energy. They never succeed. And even if they do succeed, the moment their energy turns negative, they fall off. There's a bunch of that going on right now. You know what I'm saying? On this platform, they hit a point, and then when their energy becomes negative, they fall off the other side. People with positive energy are going to be on their path. And therefore, when you come across them on your path, those where allegiances and alliances are made. It doesn't have to be everyone. But here's the thing. Everyone that I know, oh, automatically has an alliance with him because he and I have an allegiance. You know what I'm saying? Or he and I at the very least have a great rapport. You understand what I'm saying? And so if I have a resource that he can benefit from, it's his. And he's shown me that it's the same way on his end. So it's just about interacting with positive people. And those who are negative, you have to shun them. Because here's the thing about negative people. If you have negative people around you, then other people with positive energy are going to avoid you. You can't even afford to have their energy around you because there are people who can benefit you or people who you can benefit, which is a wonderful thing. I'll tell you guys, man, when you can benefit people, there's nothing more rewarding than being a benefit to people's journey. Nothing. It's, your own success means less long term than the people you benefit. You understand? See, I can become successful and benefit my family, my generations, my sons, my whatever. You benefit somebody else, who knows how many generations of people that you benefited. And not just financially. So relationships are only valuable if they serve the purpose of getting you to where you need to be. And this isn't about using anyone. This is just the truth of life. When you go and get a job, you're not going to work if they don't pay you, and they're not going to pay you if you don't work. This is the way it is in the entire. If you go and you try out for a professional sports team, if you're not good, they're not going to sign you. If they don't sign you, you're not going to play for them. This is how everything goes. This is how everything goes. And so we can't act like just because people are our family or our relatives that we have to change the rules of engagement in life for those people. No, they should be the ones we don't have to change the rules for. Man, do you understand how crazy it is for your family and friends, the people that have been knowing you your whole life, to hate on you? Do you understand what it means for your family members to be the ones who bring negative energy to you? Do you know what it means for the same homies that you grew up with and y'all would knee high to counter flies to be the ones that are trying to set you up to get robbed? Do you understand that? That's how crazy it is. So you have the job of protecting yourself from the negative energy and the negative naysayers. You have to do it because guess what? Nobody else is going to do it for you. Nobody else has to do it for you. Nobody else is responsible for doing it for you. It's your job to protect your life. It's your job to protect your life. And see, here's the thing. If the people around you aren't helping you succeed, then they're aiding and abetting the enemies of your success as they try to make you fail. I say that again. If those around you aren't helping you succeed, then they're aiding and abetting the enemies of your success as they attempt to make you fail. There's only two kind of people in the world. Those who are beneficial in your success and those who are beneficial to your failure. It's the only kind of people in the world. Even dead weight will benefit your failure more than to benefit your success. There's benefits and detriments in every facet of life, and the people around you are no different. And the moment they prove that they are willing to be detrimental to your success, you have to cut them loose. You have to. There's no conversation. There's no need to. What are you going to discuss? Man, you're trying to destroy me, but I want to talk about it? Man, yeah, I know you're trying to make me fall off, but come on, let's talk about it. Maybe we can work it out. Well, is that your girlfriend? Or is that just some dude trying to hate on you, trying to impede your progress? What is it? Even with a woman. Man, let me tell you something. If a woman is on your team and she can't seem to understand that these are the things you have to do moving forward, man, to grow, to keep grinding, to keep building, you got to cut her loose. You got to cut her. If she can't handle it, you got to cut her loose at any point. I don't play that, man. I'm not finna sit around, man, and pity pat back and forth with nobody, man, who need to be out my life. I'm not doing that. If you need to be gone, you're going to be gone. Quickly, expeditiously. We ain't playing about that. And so again, I ask you, if they're not supposed to be on the path you want to be on, How did they get into your life? How now I know you can say that, well, man, I grew up with them, man, No, but here's the thing. They weren't haters then. The very moment their energy changes, you got to cut them loose. So if you got somebody around you and you even second guessing their intent, if you even second guessing their motive, if you got somebody around you who acts like a hater, if you got somebody around you who you think might not want you to succeed, if you got somebody around you who you heard is saying negative things about you, if you got somebody around you who acts like they don't want to have a part of your success, you got to keep your eye on that person. And the very moment there is proof, and by proof, I don't mean catch them in the act. I mean the very moment you look at them and you look at their energy and you can tell their energy towards you is negative, you got to cut them loose at that point. They got to be gone at that point. Not any other point. They got to be gone at that point. You ain't got to deal with negative energy. You are too good for negative energy if you're good enough for God, man. I'm telling you, brothers. I'm telling you. Because here's the thing. If they're in your life, you're either on their path, which is the wrong one, and you don't even have the discernment to tell you're on that path. You're on the wrong path thinking you're on the right path. Do you know how lost a man is to think he's on the right path when he's on the wrong path the entire time? Or you're carrying dead weight and sleeping with the enemy and don't even know it. Sleeping with the enemy is the biggest show of lack of discernment. If you're sleeping with the enemy, that means you don't know nothing. Literally. If you're sleeping with the enemy, that means you don't know anything. You're lost. If you're sleeping with the enemy, you're crazy. If you're sleeping with the enemy, you lost. If you're sleeping with the enemy, you dumb. If you sleep with the enemy, you lack a connection with God where you don't have the discernment to tell the energy of the people around you. And that's not in the state you want to be in. That is not a positive state to be in, man. That is suicidal. That's what that is. Or homicidal. You are going to get yourself hurt if you can't discern the people energy around you and tell if they want to be around you or not, or tell if they want to benefit you or not, or tell if they want to bring you down. How you going to have a team full of people around you, man, that really want you to fall off? So carrying dead weight to sleep with the enemy, man, is a travesty. Every man owes better to himself than that. That doesn't make a bit of sense. See, here's the thing, man, that we have to remember. You can rest assured that God protects those who protect themselves. If you protect yourself, he'll give you the weapons. But you ain't going to go out there and do the stupidest thing in the world and hang around the wrong people knowingly, just be out there all willy-nilly, not trying to pay attention to what you're doing and think that he's going to protect you. Nah, bro, that's not how protection goes. That's not how protection goes. It's like having protection, having artillery in your home and somebody break in and you scared to shoot. You're going to hold your weapon and pray that they just turn around. That's not how this goes, man. That's not the reality of this life. It isn't, brothers. It's not the reality of this life. The reality of this life is this. When you eliminate evil energy from your life, no matter who it is, God is supportive of that. That's what he wants you to do. That's what he expects you to do. That's what you've been trained to do. And you can't let people guilt trip you. Well, God said you got to do this. Oh, God. See, those are those religious church zealots, the church going Bible thumpers, who will tell you that whenever you start to shun people, well, that's not what God wants. God wants you to love everyone. God wants you to do this. God wants you to keep the people around you that don't mean you no good. God wants you to smile on their face. God wants you to turn the other cheek. All of these things. If a man take your coat, give him that cloak as well. God wants you to give a man everything. Nah, bruh. I don't know what God that is. I don't know that God. Don't be guilt tripped into keeping these negative naysayers in your presence. For any reason. If they say money changed you, say, yeah, it did. If they say you act different now since you got money, yeah, I do. Yeah, you got listen, it went to your head, didn't it? Yeah, it did. Now get thee out of the midst of me, Mr. Satanic. And this is how you have to live, because you have to protect you. Because I said once and I said again, no one is responsible for protecting you except you. No one is responsible for protecting you except you. That's it, man. No one owes you to look out for you. No one owes you to warn you. No one owes you to point out the negative energy. You have to establish a type of relationship with God that gives you the discernment to do that. That's what you have to do. Chief, appreciate the $10 super chat. Good news is some people go a long way, but the bad news is that they went the wrong way. But applying Psalm 19 verse 7 is the key to moving forward peacefully. Exactly, bro. Well stated, Chief. Well stated. You know, the bottom line is this, man. You have to stay steady in the boat. No matter how the waves crash, you have to stay steady in the boat. Because as the captain of the ship, you got to keep your hand and eyes on the pulse of everybody on the deck crew. The captain got to always be on deck, because you got to understand if you have a traitorous first mate or if you have a bunch of beta male simp manginas in the path trying to hold you back, acting like they're trying to push you forward. Progress is the gauge by which you determine, or the barometer by which you gauge whether you're on the right path or not. And if you're not proceeding and progressing, first thing you have to do is soul search you, and then soul search those around you. And if they're negative naysayers, haters, bring negative energy, get rid of them immediately. Because if you're good enough for God, you're too good for negative energy. I appreciate y'all being in the joint. Brother SJ, I appreciate you being in here. All the brothers who came through and stayed for the show, man, I appreciate it. Appreciate the support for the channel. Also, appreciate the support for the BOA channel, of course. A couple new channels coming up. Y'all be looking for that. And we'll be back again tomorrow. Same time. King Ray Ray channel. Tomorrow's topic will be, just because you had bad parents doesn't mean you have to have a bad life. Y'all be looking forward to that one. It's going to be a deep one. Let's head out of here. Finish the rest of our day. Peace.